Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So this should be a pretty quick video. I'm going to go ahead and use this map, Platform 3, which you can see is kind of a medium level map, but it's really short, to just kind of show what timetable maps involve, kind of the puzzling and so forth that can happen, and just give you an idea of how kind of trial and error can work things out. So a little bit of background here. I downloaded this map. Again, I'm always looking for, shorter little maps that when I just have a little bit of an urge to get a little bit of a fix of rail route in, but I don't have hours and hours to sit and devote to it, that I would like something a little shorter to work with. So this one I came across at some point. I added it, and then I played it, and I played it a couple times. And I became very much convinced that it could not be beaten with the maximum points and that there was a flaw in the design. And actually had gone so far as to actually post a comment about it, but then continued to press on, and eventually, shortly thereafter, thinking really a little bit outside the box, found the way to do it, and quickly deleted my comment before anybody had gotten to it and so forth, because I was wrong. You can actually get the full 270 points. The premise here of Platform 3, and hence the name, you can see there's 3 platforms here. It's a very simple map. You basically are almost seeing the entire thing here. But basically, power is out at the station, and the only platform that's workable is Platform 3. So all the trains are routed through Platform 3, and you're trying to get them at least through to everything on time per the new schedule and try to maximize the score. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, and we'll kind of talk through some of the nuances. All right. So we've got this train coming through. And basically, you're going to start to see that these things run into some problems. So this one's just going through to East 2, in that there are some overlaps in the trains. Now, I know what's happening, so I'm going to do what I need to do to make it work, but we've got 9 trains, and very quickly here, we're gonna get some others coming in. So you can see we've got 801, 803 coming through. And so sometimes these maps are a bit of a puzzle, so that's where I've talked about that rail route's a bit of a puzzle game to some degree, plus, just trying to route trains around and get things done. Alright, so this one needs to go here. So we're going to do that. And then we'll get him through here, 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 and here. And so what we're going to start to see here is, another train's going to come out in a bit, but you can see we're backed up. This one needs to be there at 8:05, 8:06. So we'll get this one on here. Obviously this one hasn't left, and this one you can see 8:13, 8:14. That's a long time from now. So you start to wonder then with the train, what's happening. Now again, you can click on these and start to see situations and so forth. Alright, I actually hope this will work out the way I need it to. But we're going to put this one up here. Alright, so this one needs to get there at 8:04. And then you can see here at 8:03, we're going to have another train coming in over there. And so, you'll try these things. A lot of times you'll find on the maps, you're not necessarily going through quite the way, in the sequence you'd think. So here we have 8:06, 8:07. So that's theoretically right after this. And now we have a freight, and we're going to run this one down here. And you can see it's passing at 8:08, which is theoretically after this. So that's what kept getting me stuck, trying to figure out what I should do, because I was like, oh, I can get this through. And I was always like 15 seconds too late when I tried running the freight through. And so I'd get that penalty where I'd only get 8 points because I was delayed a minute. And so that is when I then you know, again, continued to try to figure some things out. And so what we want to do here now is get this down here and get that up there. But you'll see, you know, we're at 80 right now. This one's running through. It has to be there again at 8:06. And at 8:05, we're going to have another train coming in here, but you're going to see this is the trick. Alright, so as it stops, you can see here, this let go. Now, I did run this one other time, so if you saw an edit here, that was because it stopped here, but it didn't let me do this, which is the issue, because it didn't clear that up. And until that clears up, we have a problem. So this one's 8:20 to 8:21, so this is even later. Alright, so now at this point, we want to get this train set, because basically, again, we're doing everything we can to try to move things along. And obviously, until the train clears, that's not going to happen. So we've got a little bit of time. I'm going to let this go slower because this does become a bit of a dance here at this point. Alright, so I'm going to need to move this one, but as long as I get that train done in, you know, basically a minute or so, everything will work. So this now has to get through here at 8:08. This one's at 8:20. So we're likely going to want to wait on this one. So we're going to want to put this back in this space. So we're going to get him moving. Now we have a train coming through here. Again, this needs to get cleared. And then we're going to get this there and this there. So these are going to run through this way. And then as soon as we can get this online, we're going to do that. You can see we got 10 because we got there within the minute. And then this one needs to leave by 8:09, which means it has to be through here by 8:10. And this, you can see, is 8:12, 8:13. So this train actually needs to go next, where this is 8:16, 8:17. So you can start to see what's going on here. And basically, you know, I need this there, and then I need to get him through there. So I basically need this one, this one, this one, and this one is the sequence. And then we still have another train coming in here on the back end. So this is orange at this point, as long as it stays there. So you can see we got 10 points. So he made it. Now we can go here, and here, and here. And so we're going to run through there. That will get this one here. So now we're at 170. We've got another 100 points to get, a minute and a half. So again, this one's going to be next. So we're going to just basically stack these up. Alright, and this one, I need both of these. Now we're going to have a train here, and it's going to get backed up behind the other one, which is fine. So I'm just trying to move a little bit until we have everything going. But there we go, and then we can get him there. He's going to come in here. And, you know, again, you can see the times, and this one's 8:17. So this one, you know, basically these two are going to come through. This one's going to be the last one to make it. And so you're starting to see, so he just got the points there. We're going to get the other points here. Now we're at 200. And again, now we're going to run this through here. So he needs to get there at 8:16. And then you know, basically this one's going to move up one. So 210, 220, and then we're going to get this one here, here, and here. All right, so he's through, 230, 240, and then we're going to run this one through here, 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 and basically we can finish everything out pretty quickly. I'm not going to go at 25 speed, I'm going to go at 10 speed. That's good enough here. But now we got 250, 260, and then once he leaves the map on time, it'll be 270. But the trick here was the freight train coming here. I tried having it there. I even tried having it there and then like waiting there to have the shortest distance to try to clear before the other one. And so I kept running the freight train through before I put the 806 in. And you would think, well, you know, why'd you do that? Like, obviously the other one needed to be on the platform, but sometimes some of the designs are that way, where you still have enough time to do things out of sequence, and so I was more leaning toward that. But there you go, we're now complete, and you can see we got the full thing. And this is a new scoring system that happened after early access that gives you some clear views. You know, if you have any penalizations, you can pull this out and look at them there. But I wanted to get this brief video with a short map together to be able to just show you a timetable map and kind of the nuances you can have even with a simple map. And again, this fell into medium difficulty, which is the middle of the 5. So you've got basic, easy, medium, or moderate, sometimes people call it, then challenging, and then ludicrous. Those are basically the 5 difficulty levels, and they're somewhat self-assigned by people as they create them, so it's not as if the game determines what the difficulty level is. But this is one of my favorite modes of the game. I just do enjoy the challenge sometimes of doing it. And just like anything with user-created content, there's some great creators, there's some not-so-great creators, so your mileage may vary depending on the type of map you pull or so forth. So just because maybe you find some that are frustrating, challenging, or so forth, you know, don't give up on them until you've really given everything an opportunity, similar to what I ran into here, where I was convinced, maybe this one was poorly designed, and then I was able to kind of unlock the piece. So that's some of the fun with the puzzle solving, is figuring out what's the real way to do it. And it may take you multiple times, and the challenge becomes, if you're dealing with, you know, a 4-hour timetable map and there's multiple challenges spread throughout, sometimes it's a lot of redoing, and it's not like you have to redo the whole 4 hours. The game does auto-save every 5 minutes, so you can always go back if you lost some points and just retry that section until you unlock the mysteries or find a way to do it. But just try to use the track that's available to you. But it was intriguing that even trying to record this video, I put the freight train down there and it wouldn't clear the gate. So there's sometimes a few little bugs here that happen. So because it is so tight, I don't know why it failed, but 2 out of 3 times it worked. In any event, hopefully this gives you some interesting things to think about. And if you're not a rail route owner and this is of interest to you, you know, and you've got any questions, let me know. Be happy to answer them before you invest your money into this. But I have found this game pretty entertaining for what it is. So if you like trains, you like the idea of switching and routing things and building your own train networks, which you can do in other modes, I'd encourage you to check this game out. Definitely, I've had almost 200 hours into it now, and definitely not found it lacking in replayability in any way. So, as always, if you've enjoyed this and haven't dropped a like, please consider that. And if you are not a subscriber, please consider that. And I will see you next time.